Hey, can you grab me a 1/2-inch wrench?
Yeah, here you go.
How long have we been working on this truck?
I don't know, but I could use a change of scenery.
Oh, that's so much better.
Oh, man.
Okay, so today we're back on the Big Red. Okay, we're gonna put some brakes on this thing and try to get it back home, okay?
Okay.
If you're new to the channel, we've done a lot of videos on this truck. The family calls it Big Red because of the red, I guess.
It used to be red.
Yes, there's red under there. That's what color it was.
There you go.
We've done a ton of work on the engine to try to get it going. Go back and watch all those. The very first one, I had COVID in it, and
Yes.
I was miserable.
You can tell.
Yeah. But today we're going to put shoes on it, wheel cylinders, and a master cylinder, and try to get the brakes working on it. It wasn't easy to find all the parts that we needed for this truck, but I hope we have them, and we'll get that done.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody's favorite, drum brakes, okay? This truck's got drum brakes on all four corners. It does not have self-adjusting drum brakes, okay? So we'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of the modern day drum brakes now are self-adjusting. These are stationary, you manually have to adjust them, okay? That's a science all in itself, but as we do it, we'll talk about that and show you the differences between them, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start tearing it apart, and these are completely junk. There's no shoe material left on it at all. There's a little bit left on that, but everything just deteriorated, okay?
Yep.
And it would be nice to replace every single part on this truck. I wasn't able to find front hardware for it. I didn't try to find hoses. We're gonna run with these and see how they work. And hopefully the hoses and the lines are okay. And we're just trying to get brakes on this thing so it will stop.
Yeah.
Okay?
That'd be nice.
Yes. And all the brake parts were amazingly very expensive. That was kind of what stopped us a little bit from just buying everything. One wheel cylinder was $55, so
Yeah.
so it added up quick. I think we spent more on the brakes than we did getting the engine going.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so I'm gonna start ripping it apart, okay?
Okay.
All right. So these are the springs that I wasn't able to find. Okay. So we're gonna be reusing those. There's not that many of them on this thing, so that's good, you know. All right. Years ago, there used to be a core on brake shoes, and you would send those back in, and then they would reline them.
Ooh.
But not anymore.
Not on those.
No. So, I didn't even know that those fell off. Okay. But these are the not the self-adjusters, the adjusters, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to go into the back and undo that nut and take that off, and hopefully it's free, but otherwise we'll have to take them out. We'll take them out completely, and we'll anti-seize it.
Yes.
And get everything moving properly. It'll be an opportunity for me to use way too much anti-seize, and then people can tell me that I overlubricate things.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is probably one of my favorite comments that I get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll loosen up the line to the wheel cylinder. That's my favorite part too, that they use that to hold that away from the tire. It's cool. Alright, so far everything has broke free nicely. Am I doing it right?
Yay.
Ooh, this is where WD-40 would come in.
Ooh, yes. Hey, you haven't even WD-40'd anything.
Oh, I have to.
Oh.
Most all this has been WD-40. I did it a long time ago. Anticipation of having to do this. And,
Oh.
I mean, it's so long ago that you can't even tell that I sprayed it down. Alright, so my wheel cylinder's loose. There'll be enough slack in that hose that I can just pull it out here and spin it off from there with a hammer. Okay. And that's why we're
Wow.
replacing them. Well, the aluminum piston is completely rotted through, so it's gone. It would have never worked, right?
Yeah.
Maybe WD-40 would have done it.
And bring it around.
Just clean this hose off. It was the front wheel cylinders that were the expensive ones. And I suppose because they are left and right and they have a hose going to them instead of a line, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to roll with the washer that was on that one. And if we're lucky, we can just tighten this hose and not have to undo it at that end,
Yeah.
you know, if the threads are correct. So we'll see. Yeah. So that'll work, okay?
Sweet.
We'll just end up cranking it just a tiny little bit, so that ain't gonna affect that any. And it'll need new hoses one of these days, but
Yeah.
not today, okay?
Not today.
Not the easiest thing to film.
No. Got a second camera set up just to show me and my craziness.
I think people are well aware of your craziness. Big Red does not look like it's as nice as it is, but it's actually a super solid truck.
Yes.
Still, it was an Arizona truck, so it
It's been really good.
it's in great shape. The person that spray painted it yellow didn't do any favors, but a lot of that yellow paint will come off, and
It'll be big red again.
yep. So there you have it. The wheel cylinder is installed. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah. So if this truck was a complete piece of junk, it would have been a lot harder to do that. It's really not all that rusty. All right, so let's see what the adjusters. Oh yeah, they move for you. So that's just the lock nut, okay?
Okay.
But if you move to the inside here, you'll see how that works, okay? Just a cam basically, and that's how we'll adjust the shoes.
Sweet.
But I'm going to take that nut completely off there
Okay.
and take it out and make sure everything moves perfectly.
Cool.
We'll probably do that with WD-40
Ooh.
and anti-seize.
Ooh.
And maybe some motor oil just to bug people.
Ooh, yeah. Well, what's the Marvel mystery oil that everybody raves about?
Oh yeah, we should get some of that put on it too.
Yeah.
All right. So there you have it. Couldn't be more simple than that.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so here we go. WD-40,
There we go.
some anti-seize, just right on the portion that rotates, okay?
Oh, yeah, the part that rides on the backing plate.
Yeah, so, in here.
Yeah.
On one of our videos, you were putting anti-seize on some spark plugs for me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody commented and said, "Oh, I never use anti-seize on anything."
Mm-hmm.
And my response was, why are you so anti-C's? and nobody got it. Didn't get any laughs. I never heard.
Yeah, he's pro C's instead of anti C's.
All right, so I'll start with the adjuster with it all the way in, okay?
Okay.
So on this side then, I want the pin to be as far in as possible there, okay? Instead of out, okay?
Okay. Yeah,
So-
that gives you the most amount of adjustment.
Yep. Okay. WD-40, some anti-seize as much as possible.
Yes. Yeah, if you have like a scoop that you can use, like an ice cream scoop.
Okay, so on this one, we will want it basically the opposite of the left-hand side. I haven't done one of these forever. Okay. And there's no sense in me like torquing down on them because we're gonna have to adjust them. I'll leave it a little loose there. I'm gonna put some anti-seize on the spots where the shoes rub on the backing plate. And I had already cleaned this off with brake clean. Don't blow it off because these old shoes they have asbestos in them.
Oh yeah.
They can, so don't blow them off. Use something fine, O'Reilly's brake cleaner.
Everybody's
Well,
favorite.
Yeah. And try not to breathe that junk.
Yeah. Don't lick it.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't do that and put your fingers in your mouth.
Yeah. Pick your nose a little bit.
We laugh, but I've seen those kids at Walmart. Alright, so the front shoes. The problem I had finding parts was some companies said that the front and back shoes were different or were the same, and they were not the same.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to get another set sent to me, and then they showed up and they're correct. And so not all my parts come from O'Reilly's. These come from Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
O'Reilly's, Rock Auto, O'Reilly's.
Yeah.
So most of it we got from, well, half of it come from O'Reilly's, but the front shoes were the problem, okay?
Yeah.
Find it in. Okay, so primary and secondary shoe. Primary shoes, the front shoe goes to the front of the vehicle. It has the least amount of friction material on it, okay?
Okay.
So the secondary shoe goes to the back, has the most amount.
Okay.
All right, which is another thing that doesn't make sense because you'd think that your shoe that does most of the work would have most of the material on it,
Yeah.
but that's not the case. What are the dogs doing?
Snoozing.
Nothing. Must be nice to sleep all day.
Juice, come here.
You guys want a treat? Oh, here they come.
Hi, everybody. Oh. That's where you need like 6 hands.
Yeah.
That one's a little crooked.
I'm gonna fix it.
Oh.
All right, so spring. I always thought it'd be great if somebody made a tool that pushed them together, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I guess a person could do it with like a carpenter's clamp.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Like a grip clamp thing.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
So strong.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, primary shoe on the front, secondary shoe on the back. We'll put the drum on and we'll adjust this up, and then I'll go do the other side. Then we'll get to the backs, okay?
Okay.
But this is actually done except for the drum. So for drum brakes, it couldn't be any simpler.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Toasty's fired up.
Uh-oh. Oh, good gravy. Toasting the drums.
See if we can figure out where the drum sat before. There's one there too, though, so it had been put on there in different spots. Okay. All right, and then somebody's gonna say, "Why don't you machine those drums?" You know, and we have a brake lathe, and every time I machine one of these drums, I have to take so much material off of them that I end up having to replace them. So I'm going to use these and see how it stops. If it doesn't come to a nice stop, without, shaking to a stop, then it's going to take some driving to see how that does. But I'm going to roll with the drums the way they are before I start messing with them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If they're a problem, we'll either machine them if they're thick enough, or we'll replace them.
Sweet.
Okay? So we need to adjust the brakes now, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to take a lug nut, put it on backwards. WD-40.
WD-40. Somebody's definitely going to yell about that one.
Oh, no, don't use WD-40 on lug nuts. I've heard that it makes them rust prematurely. So, you hear that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well it's got a pretty good layer of rust in there. Okay. So that's what you're hearing coming around. But I don't really care about that. So we will go ahead and continue with our adjusting. All right. I'm going to do the front one first because I think the front one's the most important. I want to be able to feel it the most. Okay. Oh, it's going to shake to a stop. For a while though. Okay. Okay, you want the front ones to just barely touch to begin with, okay?
Okay.
Drum brakes are what's called self-energizing. Okay. So they don't apply because the wheel cylinder is pushing against the shoe. If that's the way they're working, they're not working correctly. The wheel cylinder just makes that shoe come in contact with the drum, and it wedges in its diameter, and then that's what actually makes the drum brakes work. Okay. The hydraulic portion of it just starts the process of it, and then the springs that are in there, those end the process. Okay. So like the minute a person lets off that brake, that spring wants to pull that shoe back against, away from the drum. Okay? Okay, so that side, the back shoe, I don't want it hardly touching at all, okay? So, but you gotta adjust them up, otherwise you're gonna have a brake pedal that's real low.
Okay.
Okay. And once we drive it a little bit, then most likely it'll have to come in for an adjustment.
Yeah.
Okay? And that was just part of owning one of these trucks back then. Occasionally you'd have to adjust your brakes if you wanted them working good. I'm gonna go ahead and put some anti-seize on the studs.
Oh, that's way too much.
I know.
Oh.
But now it doesn't touch at all. Oh. It's just because the drum's not
Pushed on.
down. Well, that's a good sign.
Sweet.
Alright. Alright, so on this one you can see that this is the primary shoe and it's on the back, which it's not supposed to be, okay? It's supposed to be on the front of the truck, okay?
Yes.
So on this side, this is not put together correctly. So, but what I was talking about, the wheel cylinder is not what makes the truck stop, okay? The wheel cylinder just starts the process, and it's got a hydraulic piston in there. It pushes the shoe out and it touches the drum, okay? And when it touches the drum, it basically wedges inside that drum, okay? And its friction just makes it do what it's supposed to do. It just wants to stop, okay?
Yeah.
Just because of the arc that's in that shoe and the friction that's from there. So, and then when you let off the brakes, your truck is slowing down, so then your spring pulls it back to where it's not energized, okay?
Yeah.
So the wheel cylinder just starts the process. Same thing in reverse, okay? It does the exact same thing in reverse, so.
Okay.
This setup may be the easiest drum brake setup I've ever worked on.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Even the hold downs were pretty cool. Mm-hmm. You know, instead of those stupid little pins. I think it's got the pins on the back.
Oh, the little like brake nail things.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh. Roadie.
Yep. So those definitely needed replaced.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think we got enough on there though. Yeah.
I'll put more on later.
Oh, okay.
I'll put extra on this one.
Without leaving it out.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna leave them finger tight this time.
Okay.
On the other side, I did not notice when I took that apart, but that brake hose had some kind of a little adapter on it. So I had to take that off the old wheel cylinder and put that on, otherwise it wouldn't fit. I figured that out the hard way. Right?
Kind
I
of
thought I had the wrong wheel cylinder for a second, but I found the old one.
moment of panic.
Yes. So, let's see here. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is it the wrong?
Yeah. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, so maybe when we tighten up the line, it'll straighten that hose back out. It did better.
Yes. It's a little twisty. Yeah.
Alright, so let's try it. Tighten it all up. Well, it's pretty close.
It's better.
Yeah. It's probably about how it was.
Looks good to me.
Put a new little thing on there.
Mm-hmm.
Sit.
Very nice.
The other one was rusted through. Ah, let's put some shoes on, okay?
Okay. I already have shoes.
I know I have shoes too. Keep the jokes to a minimum.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot I'm not supposed to talk.
Yeah, this is serious business.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks here.
And I see it's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely serious business.
These little hold down thingies. Oh.
The other one.
Oh, I see. Yeah, don't put them on backwards.
Oh.
Okay. Duh. Alright, so, not even going to mention which shoe's the primary one on this one. Tired of it? I'll mention it on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There. Get underneath the hold downs. Okay. Alright, so we gotta put a spring on there. Here.
Oh, hello. You gonna come help?
Good. Juice is back.
Aw.
Alright, there's the front one. Alright. Okay, so that's it for the fronts.
Sweet. Bad.
What? Alright, so fronts are done. Let's get the backs done, okay?
Okay.
They're going to be a little more difficult than those fronts, but not too bad. Especially if you got some special tools, okay?
Okay.
So these are not self-adjusting also, okay?
Okay.
So they do have adjusters on them like what most do have, but they are just held stationary with a spring that goes over them. So you still have to manually adjust these up, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's pull the springs off. Yeah. These two pins.
Yes. What was those?
I already I checked the emergency brake cables, and they do move freely, so there's no problem with those. You don't want to be doing this and then find out your cables are froze up, so check them first before you order all your parts.
Yeah.
Nails and these, I like to just use pliers. They do make special tools to do them, but I think pliers work nicer.
Yeah.
Careful. Keep all the springs until I know I've got everything I need. This is the parking brake lever. Okay.
Okay.
So your emergency brake cable is attached to that. It goes against the spreader bar, pushes them together. That's how your emergency brake works. And they did work on this truck because that's how we stopped it.
Yeah, that was the brakes.
Yep.
A little wave washer out of that.
Oh, cool. So I don't think the wheel cylinder on this one's going to be quite as easy as the front. So most likely the line, I'm going to have to heat it up.
Oh no. There's a brake line back here that looks like it's rotted.
No, don't say that. Where at?
Right here as it goes into this.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to make a brake line.
I know. It's a little one though.
It does look bad, doesn't it?
It's wet.
Oh, so we'll have to make a brake line.
Yay!
Oh, maybe you should make a brake line if you're excited about it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to have to heat that one up.
Did the same thing as that one on the Bronco where this moved and then this over here didn't.
Uh-huh. So you think it broke there?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't think it did. I think you're a panicky Pete. That's what I think. I'm not making brake lines today. It's the second to the last day of the year, and I just want to go 2 more days without making a brake line.
Is it too much to ask?
so I heat that nut up. Cherry red. Let's see if it'll break loose. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, brake fluid is flammable too. Most cars that you see burnt down on the side of the road are because of the brakes.
Like something locks up and gets super hot.
Yeah, and the hose blows, the brake hose blows, and then catches fire, and then it's right there next to a tire, and then once the tire catches fire, then you got a really good fire going.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, I mean, the line looks good. I bet if it's corroded, it probably is underneath there, but I'm going to try to roll with it.
Okay. Yay!
Yeah. Alright, when I did that, I really should have thrown some safety glasses on. I didn't.
That's alright.
Like a moron.
Yeah, you used your safety squints, so.
Yes, I was squinting the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Ripley's awake.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so let's cool that off. I may have to take the bleeder out. Alright. We usually make these so they can just barely go in, you know. There were some cars that you had to take the hub loose. Pretty sure it was General Motors cars. Can't remember which body style, but
Juice, what are you barking at?
she won't go far. We got the treats in here.
Oh, yeah. These wheel cylinders were easier to find, but they were still pretty pricey.
Yeah. Well, the front disc brake conversion kit might have been cheaper.
Yeah, really.
Let's tighten the line down. We will be replacing soon, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, we may get pressure going to everything, and then
Look like a sprinkler.
yeah. There you go.
Should be getting some treats in here.
Christmas treats.
They've been good.
Okay, so we got new hardware for the back. Should have everything that I need.
Hope so. Oh yeah. Forget to put your bleeder back in there.
Okay, so primary shoe, secondary shoe. These you can really tell the difference. Okay,
Yeah.
secondary shoe, bigger. Goes to the back. So it goes there.
Put any sort of anti-seize there.
You could, but yeah, let's try some anti-seize. Maybe that'll help. Especially if it's gonna be that tight on it. Nope. All right, make sure we got the right stuff here. Gonna have to drill it. There we go.
That works better. And it came with a new little clip.
The hardware did.
Okay.
Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna have to put some anti-seize on it. Make them go in a little easier. Okay.
Can't hurt.
Some hardware kits have different length pins, so I always check them with the old ones. Put my new pins in. Pins in.
Pins in. Oh, your little points where the shoes touch.
That's right. I guess a person could make this automatic self-adjusting
Yeah.
if they wanted. Buy the cable and the other little attachment and do that, no problem. Come on. Set that up there so I don't forget. Okay, so our adjuster.
Yes. It actually moves.
Yeah, that's what I mean about this truck. It's not rusty, except for the brake line, I guess. Some NICs. Not too much.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
You honestly don't want too much because you don't want it to get on the shoes. So, this one, that one. Make sure you put it in the right side that mounts up with a little plate to get through there and adjust it.
Oh,
Okay.
does it help when I put the camera right in the middle of everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So having one spring on there, it kind of helps hold that together for me.
Second one's a little easier.
Hey, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the emergency brake spreader bar. If this thing had self-adjusters, it would be a little different right here. Make sure your shoes touch its anchor at the top. If it doesn't, your emergency brake cable is adjusted too much. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Pulling on it. So it's supposed to sit right on its anchor and pivot on it. And this one is adjusted a little tight. So we'll have to fix that. Okay?
Okay.
For the most part, it's pretty good. Alright, so this one has a little tab that sticks in there. It only goes on one spot. That tab sits into that hole. Okay?
Okay.
So it's got to be adjusted up quite a bit. Okay?
Okay.
So do that with a pair of side cutters to make that happen a little quicker. And as bad as those, or as far out as those are, the emergency brake's probably fine.
Oh, I see. Because the wider you spread the adjuster, the tighter the
Yeah.
other side will be.
Oh, long way to go.
probably couldn't close through.
Still a mile off. Getting closer. Alright, so we'll go over. So I went too far. Just like I do out everything. To begin with, loose is always better, you know? If you put drum brakes together too tight, it can be a real problem. Okay? So, left rear is good.
Yay.
Good. Alright, you got the lights set up pretty good over here, don't you?
I do.
Worried about not seeing anything, which is nice. Turn the heater up a little bit, so let's watch for that thing.
Make sure it's not burning down over there. Where's your ball? I don't see it.
Get your ball.
Where'd it go? Oh. There it is.
You see it? Oh, I see it.
No, the ball.
Oh, there's the ball.
I don't know where your screwdriver is, but there's the ball if you need it.
Ball.
Ball.
Let's see. We're gonna have to drill this one out. World's worst drill.
It's seen some things. The drilled a lot of holes.
Alright, so again, you broke another brake line.
I did not. Keep blaming me.
I think you come in and break them when I'm not around just so you can get them on video.
Yeah, I'd chew on them a little bit.
That one is bent because somebody probably put a toe something around it. It got pulled right there somehow. Or it got backed into something, I bet.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and from everything that we've heard from people, this is the way they were in '63.
Yeah,
So-
somebody else said that they had a lift kit similar to that.
Yeah. But it's not a lift kit really, it's just the way that they got the suspension to its stock height. I guess.
Yeah. Did you get your ball?
If you took that out of there, it would be a serious lowrider.
Yeah,
What tall is that? 6 inches probably?
probably.
So. So yeah, she broke that.
Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty clean inside.
Oh yeah, we could have reused that one.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, Ripley.
That's not a ball.
Ripley, don't lick your butt.
Okay. Alright, so the bleeder screw on this one's shorter.
Weird.
Yeah. I hate it when a part is not exactly the same from side to side. Mm-hmm. Makes me worry that something isn't right.
Oh yeah. Jeez has the right idea.
Let's see what she's at.
It's over 1,000.
Yeah.
So
So right there. Let's The gun's limit is 1,000, so at that point it's 992 degrees.
I dare you to lick it. Right there. What do you think, Juice?
Be careful.
Oh, your little butt's toasting.
We have a video out there that explains the waste oil heater in depth.
Yes. Put a link to that in the description. You want to check it out?
They're very dangerous. We don't recommend anybody builds one.
Yes.
That's our stance on it.
We're very vigilant with it.
Yes. And no children around it.
Yeah.
We do let Juice and Ripley buy it, but they're very careful.
Yeah, Ripley doesn't go by it very much.
No, she knows.
Yeah.
She knows danger.
She keeps throwing her ball over there, though.
She likes it warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very nice. There you go. Alright, so it has to be adjusted out quite a bit, but it's hard to put the two together when it's not adjusted all the way in like that. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, put a little on this just like I did on the other. This time I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to put the shoes up there before I do the other spring.
Okay.
So I'm going to try it, okay?
Okay.
That's probably the way to do it. Went pretty smooth. Put the nails in. After doing the other side, this side's going a lot easier. It's like I've had practice.
Yeah, that's the fun part about brakes. You get to do everything twice. Twice, but backwards.
There. So this spring was interfering with that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Okay. It was rubbing on this one.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Changing the position of where it goes, so. Good. Oh no, I put that on backwards. See that? Alright, so we adjust them up and call it good, okay?
Sweet.
And we make a line that you broke.
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't like that noise. Scary. A couple more turns and we'll call it good. Okay. All right, so that's it.
Sweet.
All right, let's do the brake line.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna raise it up a little bit.
Okay. always like this too. Not sure what the.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like pieces of wood.
Ballast, maybe?
I don't know.
He was a sailor.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hope Snap-on's not watching. Especially since you're using a Mac ratchet.
Mac ratchet, and then I'm hammering on a Snap-on socket. Okay, come out there. Okay.
Okay.
6-point or a vice grip, pull those off. Okay. This is a 3/16 brake line. These fittings will be 3/8 by 24 pitch.
Okay.
So I'll put some brand new fittings right there in the lines. Cut it to the length. Cut a whole bunch of excess off on it, okay? Alright, so I start on this side. The reason I put the fitting in there is to hold the thing, alright?
Okay.
3/16 line, I'll do the whole thing just with my hand instead of a bender. I gotta put a flare on the end, so I'll have to make, I'll leave some excess, you know? Take it all the way down to the axle. Up. As close to the axle as possible, but not to where it's going to be like rubbing on anything, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll start with doing one flare on this end, okay?
Okay.
One of our subscribers gave me this idea.
Yes.
Instead of using the, it's a little harder to do on 3/16 line, but
Yeah.
it does work nicely. I just use this on the drill instead of doing it with the tool that comes with this to go in and dig the burrs out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a great idea. It's really handy on all the fuel lines that we do.
Yes. Yeah, on the bigger
Mhm.
5/16 lines, a lot
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, it works really good on that stuff. Alright, so we gotta build a flare. Okay? Let's take our fitting off. I gotta give myself just enough room to use the flare tool. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's got a little gauge on it there, or how tall they want it to stick out. Use that. This is a double flare.
Oh, I would have went with a triple flare personally.
Start with it like that. The double flare tool. Oh, we do have another flaring tool too we could have used. My new fancy one. I like this one though. I'm used to it. I like using that other one for doing the GM cooling line flares. Oh, today we could use our torque wrench, our new torque wrenches.
Oh, yes.
Danpo.
Yeah. Vanpo sent us a set of torque wrenches.
Okay, so you take the tooling out of there, finish it off with the 45-degree angled cone at the end of that one. So once you got it done, take a look at your flare, make sure it looks good. That one's real nice.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead, thread it back in there so it'll hold it. Come back down. I'm gonna need some length, okay? Because I'm gonna make a double flare. So it goes in about that far. I don't want it to be too short. So I'm gonna go right about there, okay?
Okay.
Because if it's too long, I can make up some space in here by just pulling it out just a little bit, which I'd rather do. You definitely don't want it to be too long or too short, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just barely crank down on that thing. Turn it one direction only. Because if you crank down on it too much, you just ruin your cutting wheel, first of all.
There's a ball if you need it.
Alright, so we're done with that. Let's make sure you put the fitting on.
Yes. Don't forget your fitting. You yelled about that before.
You turn it in until you feel it stop. Okay, you don't have to force it. There's a definite point where it just stops, and that's when it's folded over. Okay.
Okay.
And you finish it with this. Double flare.
A double flare. All the way across the sky.
Yeah. I mean the double rainbow video, that thing got like 300 or 400 views.
Yeah.
I mean, it was popular for a while.
Yeah, it got a lot.
Put it as tight to the axle as possible. Don't want it rubbing on anything. Don't want it to where somebody could put a chain around it or it could get hit right there and bent like it did on that other one. Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Pretty sweet.
Tighten it up. It's gonna have to be tight in order to seal.
Oh, yeah. That's how that works. Okay.
Good.
Very nice.
Very nice. And I like steel line, okay? I know that there's the soft copper stuff out there and that, and
Yeah.
haven't liked it all that much because it's thin, and when I make a double flare, I gotta like crank down on it like crazy to get it to seal up. So I haven't been a big fan of that stuff, but it does have its purpose in some cases, okay?
Yeah.
But steel, and if a person replaces their brake fluid once in a while like they should, then it'll last a long, long time. That's all this stuff was, and it's, you know, from 1963. Okay. All right, so since I'm here doing these, I'm just going to go ahead and replace this line anyway too, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to go through the trouble of bleeding it out and finding out that it leaks right here or whatever, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it, okay?
Okie doke.
All right. Does it look okay?
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
I love it.
The one that I took off was actually okay, but I'd rather just do it now versus a month from now, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Here we are again.
yes, here we are. Okay, so we got to get a master cylinder on this thing, okay? This is one part that O'Reilly's actually had this thing in stock. I suppose because it's probably one of the most important things, you know?
Yeah.
But it's kind of a rare thing for 1963 to have sitting around. Okay? Let's get this thing on here. I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of technical questions while I do it.
Oh, good.
Try and trick you.
Oh. Okay.
See what you come up with for answers.
See how that goes.
Yep. So, shouldn't be that hard. I have never done one of these, but I'm hoping it's just the bolts out here, slip it on, undo the line, we'll bleed it out, and we'll be done with the brakes. Okay?
Sweet.
Oh. Okay. What's up? The fitting is corroded to the line there, okay? So I'm not just gonna break it off, okay?
Don't think so?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna try taking the master out. Oh, okay. All right, couldn't get much easier than that. All right. So since there's so much room there, I can take and hold that line, okay, and then I'll just twist this off of it.
Oh, so you don't even have to unstick it.
No, we do, yeah.
Oh.
But you know, it's better to do it without the master cylinder on there. We can heat that line up no problem now.
You don't want to install the new one like that?
No,
Oh.
no.
All right.
But then, see the pistons all the way in?
Mm-hmm.
And so when we would push on the pedal, it did nothing, but every time I put fluid in it, it just come out the back of that, okay?
Okay.
So this is gonna require the torch, and I'll just heat this up, get that to turn, okay?
Okay.
Good. Oh, it's going, okay? I didn't even have to hit it with a torch.
Oh. I did it with my mind powers.
Your mind powers haven't been working for years. I am going to spray that out a little bit, okay? First time ever, I'm going to use the straw. How many of these straws have been made that never got used? Probably the biggest wasteful thing in the world. You're trying to swim in the ocean and get those tangled up in you.
Oh, the sea turtles.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just putting some lubricant on there so it'll slip in there. Alright, and I'm gonna leave it loose. Alright, so it just hangs away from the firewall for just a bit.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have to do some fancy work with my power brake bleeder to get it to fit this thing.
Oh.
Because I don't have an adapter that fits a 1963 Chevy. And I don't want to sit here and pump it all day. So one of my questions, what would you do if you say the master cylinder was already, we replaced it, it was brand new, okay? And so it was completely full of brand new fresh brake fluid and everything, and then we had to go do the wheel cylinders or brake caliper or whatever it might be. How would you stop the master cylinder from just draining dry of brake fluid?
Put a pincher on the hose.
That's one way to do it, but a lot of people will cringe when you say that because they think that pinching the hose isn't the best thing for it, which it probably isn't, okay?
Yeah, especially on older,
Right.
crusty hoses.
Yeah, it gets done all the time, but if you didn't want to pinch the hose, okay, in the master cylinder there's what's called a replenishing port. Okay?
Okay.
So you could go in and apply the brake enough to where the piston that's in here goes past the replenishing port. Okay?
Okay.
So at that point, and you leave the brake pedal there, you use like a stick or something like that, or
Oh, I see.
whatever. Have your spouse just sit there and hold it down or whatever.
Yeah.
But that would stop fluid from draining out of it. Okay?
That'd be handy.
So then you don't have to pinch the lines, and you don't have to worry about that thing going completely dry and making it even harder to bleed it. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's the best method really for doing it, and it works on every master cylinder. Every master cylinder that I've ever seen has a replenishing port like that, and that's just how they work, and it works. Okay. Okay. All right, I think it might work.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
So it looks like it might hold.
Okay.
Let's raise it up and see if something bleeds. Okay.
Sounds dangerous.
Alright, so let's go to the right rear and we'll start with that one and we'll work our way around to the right front, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then after we're done with this one, we'll go do the left rear. Then we'll do the left front, the right front, and we'll call it lead, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so we'll call that good. The rears are bled.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Alright, so brakes are bled, okay?
Yay.
Alright, so shut R2D2 off. Great job again, R2D2.
Way to go.
Alright, so we got to bring it back down and tighten the master cylinder up, okay, and get my thing off the top of it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's ready to put some tires on it, okay? So we found some wheels for it.
Yep.
16-inch steel rims. It'll be kind of period correct for what this thing had on it. The owner of the truck, he already had these tires, so I could not find a 6-bolt wheel for this that what like I wanted. So we're gonna put some adapters on it, okay?
Okay.
Make it stand out a little further.
Ooh, yeah.
4 inches wider, so
Yeah.
it'll give Big Red a wide stance,
Yeah.
right?
Go with the 4x4 theme.
That's right. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt these on. I got 3 of them on already, so I'll do this one. I really didn't want to do 2-inch, but I couldn't find any others.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't look very hard.
Oh.
But it does look nice. I put one on yesterday. Makes the truck look really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Alright, so this gets bolted on. There.
Okay.
Should I leave them like that or torque them down?
Oh, you should probably torque them.
Alright. Alright. Vanpo
Yeah.
sent us a nice set of torque wrenches, okay?
Yeah.
And since we've got them, I've been using them like crazy. They are easy to adjust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the way that you adjust them.
And I can actually see it. Okay, I'm going to torque these down to 100 foot-pounds. Good. Okay. There you have it.
Oh, great. They do work pretty nice.
Yep. But I've been using the 1/4 and the 3/8 like crazy. It works. They work really good. They are accurate.
Yeah.
And they're real reasonable. Okay.
Yeah, I think the whole set was like 89 bucks on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out.
So go and buy one.
Yes.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks, Vanpo.
All right. So I gotta put the adapter thing yet.
Yay.
Good.
Okay.
You want to lift the tire up there?
No, sure. You got tire shine on them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
That's right. Nothing but the best. All right, I'll do 3 more of them and then I'll come find you again.
Oh,
Okay. All right, so I tightened the master cylinder to the firewall, and it's got a really good pedal, so let's see if it stops, all right?
ooh, okie dokie. We'll have to make it a quick trip though. We don't have any heat. It's cold outside.
Baby, it's cold outside. Love those battery cables.
Yes.
Those are really cool. All right, let's give her a shot.
Here we go. Sweet. Okay. So there you go, brakes for Big Red. This truck has been a fight since it got here, but I think we're finally on the other side of it. And I gotta say, those wheels look really sweet. We're really excited to get this truck back on the road, and I know the owners are too. A big thank you once again to Oscar's family. We appreciate the opportunity to bring Big Red back to life, and we appreciate you guys watching this video. There'll be a playlist that pops up in just a second if you want to go back and get caught up on this project. So I hope you go check that out. Anything else?
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yes. Hello.
Ridley, hey.
Come here.
Can I come up?